SM Vision here with the review of the Joseph carousel knife block.
Let's talk about my little competition here. For your chance to win 50 Nespresso capsules, all you need to say is SM, give me some coffee. Soon as you subscribe and I get 50 likes as well as 1,000 views within 5 days, the lucky winner will be posted out 50 Nespresso capsules. You get to choose original or vertuo. So take part in the competition and have fun.
It's been a few years I've used it, so this is an update. I'll let you know how good it is, how bad it is, and the sharpness, how it stayed so far since I've started using it. It's nearly 3 years I think now. I haven't sharpened it, so we're going to go through each knife and go through the aspects of what makes it good, what makes it bad. So we've got all the knives from the cook's knife, bread knife and everything. I'm going to try to go through all of it and tell you all about it and my good and bad aspects as I've been using this for several years. So guys, first I'm going to use the serrated knife. Again, as you can see, the silicone coating, it's still there. The serrated knives tend to last a long time. It's still got its hygienic, everything still looks immaculate. There's not much design fault to it, it's still working fine. So let's cut and see how good it is. So let's chop the bit of fruit up and see how it cuts. So far it's quite easy, nice easy slices as you can see there. Simple and all that. You can do quite thin edge to edge slices. They're still quite sharp, so do watch out for your fingers and everything. So far it's working, but with the serrated knife they will last about 8-9 years without sharpness because of the serration, and it works quite well. You can get quite thin slices. Let me show you guys. So far it's worked quite well, very thin slices as you can see there. So far thumbs up with the serrated knife. Trying to get focus is hard, but absolutely fine. Let's move on to our next knife. Now we're going to use the paring knife. So this is the smallest knife on there. I'm going to do some slicing as to take some basic peeling process as well. If you're quite good you can do that. It's got the same aspect of the hygienic. It's stainless steel blade with a 20-degree angle finish, so it's not a solid, it's a forged steel guys. So if you do drop it or knock it, it can break, but let's see if it's still sharp for slicing and skinning and everything. So let's little chops and everything. It does cut quite nicely. You can peel. The sharpness, it's still there, but as I was slicing when I first started using it, it will go glide through very nice and easily, but so far it needs a bit more of a push than before. But you can take, if you're quite good at actually using the knife, you can take the skin off and basically use it quite nice and effectively. So far it's a non-stick process as well as the blade itself has been adequate. I wouldn't say it's the best knife block in the world, but for a budget knife block has been pretty good, and it's been these several years where I haven't sharpened it even once. It's working, and knives you do use every other day or every day currently, so it is one to go for so far with these two knives I'm going for. And they are one of the knives that I used every single day, the serrated and the small knife, because of the chopping process and everything. So far it's been good with the paring knife as well. Now I'm going to use the Santoku knife. That is basically like a chopper, like a butcher's knife similar to that. It's great for chopping sticky vegetables and fruits and everything. It's mainly used in China and Japan. It's very popular there, and it's come to Europe as well. You can see these privets that will help it not stick, as well as the coating itself. The block is magnetic, guys, so when you do put your knife in, it will sit there magnetically and it won't get damaged. So nice aspect, easy to it. Do dry it when you do put it in there because you don't want any residue going there. So when you do put it down, hygienic as well. So let's chop up some onions and see how good it is. The chopping is nice and swift still. So when you've got something that is sticky like onions, this is the best knife to use because of the pivots of saying. As you can see, nothing is sticking to it. You do get some aspects sometimes sticking to it as well, but you can slice nice and easily. So I've got to say it's a good one. I'm using a Joseph chopping board here. So if you do want to purchase this type of chopping, it's basically chopping board one side and a carving board on the other side. You can slice and nice as well. You can take little things with it. And so far, this type of chopper, as you're going hitting on the chopping board, expect the knife, this one has cooked knife, to get blunt quicker. But after these few years, it is cutting quite nicely as well. Everyday vigorous use, it will basically blunt it. So I will absolutely highly recommend every 6 months basically sharpening, because that will maintain it for a long time and it will take the non-stick layer off, unfortunately. Now the carving knife, guys. This is great for carving turkey and everything. It's quite slim, nice design with the red logo. With these, they have these dots to indicate what knife it's for. And because I don't have any turkeys or anything to carve, because I'm not a big fan of turkeys, I'm going to carve and cut an aubergine. So let's see if it's still good. This is, I have to say, overall the least used knife I've used so far. So it does slice quite nicely and I think it's great for turkeys and everything. So because it's the least knife, it hasn't lost hardly any of its sharpness. With a rare occasion I'm using the carving knife. So you can do thin slices as well, and if you want to do different shapes and everything, you can. So if you do want something really thin, you can do that going through the knife itself. It will do very thin slices and everything aspect, and you can do super thin slices with it. So if you do want to bake some crispy aubergine, fried aubergine, this is one to go for. When you're carving salmon, fish, chicken, turkey, anything you do, this is the knife you would use. But at home here, it's a knife I won't really use as much as all the other knives. So it's a knife hasn't really got blunted, works nice and easily, still a great knife to have. So we're onto our bread knife here. I'm going to cut some chicken up. This is one of the knives that's used a lot of occasion. It's got a yellow finish to it, again 20-degree angle. This will tell you it's stainless steel, made by Joseph. It is made in China. This is dishwasher safe. And let's cut up some chicken. Let's do some little cutting. This has been basically prepared in the butcher, but I'm going to do some little things with it just to tell you, because it's a knife that you would use to cut chicken and everything and meat up, but you won't use it to chop up bones and everything because it's not a butcher's knife. It's more of a slicing chicken and meat and everything. Overall, it's okay. Overall, I have to say this knife has gotten to the most bluntness in basically the collection and everything. It's great for taking skins off. It's great for doing slicing just through chicken itself. But if you want to do through bone, I would not recommend it. A butcher will be the best to go for. You just need a preparation of anything you're going to cook. So you're going to take the skin off. You're going to take different parts off as well. But overall, chopping is not recommended. You can do the basic stuff. If you want to cut through bone as I'm doing there, it will take a little while, but it will blunt the knife. And you can see it's still sharp enough to go through the basic small bones, but you won't be able to go through strong hard bones because it's not made for that. But overall, it's adequate sharpness. I haven't sharpened it, so it's not a great knife to have if you haven't sharpened it. You have to maintain the sharpness. Because I haven't, it's okay, but overall I'm okay, not disappointed. I'm adequately finding these knives great and easy to use, and the aspects of what it does is quite good. So guys, this has been most of the knives. Now finally, our bread knife is the last one to go. So the bread knife don't have any bread, but it's very similar to the serrated knife. All the serrations, you can say it's one-sided serration. So this knife is not fully forged, guys. So that's one of the down points. It's forged steel, so the handle's connected to the blade. So far, the bread knife I've used very limited, every few months, because we don't really buy bread that we need to cut. But overall, as you can see, one side is just coated and one side you can see the blade. It's a more of a medium to basic knife in the collection, and again it's got the sharpness will still stay the same as our serrated knife in 20-degree angle. Again, as you can see there, the blades are nice and smoothly cut. So the non-stick layers works well with all the knives. Again, it says Joseph stainless steel. It's been a decent set so far. It's lasted me over 3 years and still going on, and it's a good weight to it. It's, I would say, not something that will be overweight in one area. It's medium weight to it, and the blade is nice and sturdy. It will bend and break if you do drop it, as I can show you that it does bend, and the pivot points here, this is where it can break if you do drop it or knock it. But overall, for chopping and slicing and everything you do, it's nice and easy to use and everything. And everything's hand wash or dishwasher compatible. If you do want to wash it in the dishwasher, you can just wipe clean from the sink or anything. I'm just cleaning one of the knives and everything will come off nice and easily. So I'm showing you there. Basically, it's, hopefully, if you don't mind me going over it, it's not something everyone wants to see the washing part, but hand washing is fine. Everything will wipe clean. All you need to do is wipe and pop it back into the block, because it does go in very nice and easily because it swivels about. So you pop it in and it goes in nice and easily. Very easy, very nice and effective. If you have enjoyed this review of the Joseph knife block, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't, give it a thumbs down. Let me know what you think, if you have this block or if you don't, or if you're thinking about it. It's an edition, it's limited to availability because it's quite old. They've come out with a newer design, but it's been great. And if it is anything near this knife block, I will give it a thumbs up. Definitely a great purchase. But if it's not like this, the non-stick's not that good or anything, I wouldn't recommend it at all. And because you can see, it's nice and swivel, it's hygienic, and it works well. Guys, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and I hope to see you on the flip side. Bye bye.